Hey Sagittarius, this is Seth from Comingouttarot. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Doing some full moon readings for you to give you some idea. Hey, see it on how you can be. Sorry, I got distracted. How you can look out for the obstacles that are going to come up for you during the full moon. Also, how you can overcome them and how you can be more mindful during that time. Ooh, Halloween You're Ahead spread sounds fun. So, it's forgiving my voice is going a little bit, so I've got a Ricola in my mouth, so if it sounds like something's clicking, it is. Wait, you know what? I forgot. Let me put these in so you guys can hear me better. Blaze, did that change the sound? Oh, your phone died before Libra? Sorry. Hopefully you guys got Ricola. It's true. All right, so Sag, good friend of mine is a Sag. Hopefully this reading will reach him. So we just need to get these cards in the right order. Whoa! All right. Those are not jumpers. Sag in the house. Mystic. Oh, Marie's still waiting for a court date. Sound good? All right. All right. Let's see how these goes. Let's get these in the right order for obstacle for Sag. What action they can take in order to overcome that obstacle, and how can we be more mindful during this full moon? Right. Always last. That's because they save the best for last, Pisces. Mitchell. All right. Let's pull these out. Whew, Sag. Obstacle is coming up. The Hermit. How are you going to overcome that? The Emperor. And how can you be more mindful? This is Isis, the Daughter of Swords. All right. First off, Sag, there is no, just elementally, there is no water in here. We don't have any water. So we've got all the things to burn everything down. Everything we need to like raise stuff to the ground. All the components are here. So, hey, Van Girl, yes, we're just gonna destroy it all. I think it's gonna be an interesting full moon week. So let's start off going. Let's start off knowing that you have the power to just take it all away. You know, you can destroy everything if you really want to. But first, let's figure out what this obstacle is. Fire sign, Sag. This is the Hermit. Having the Hermit show up in this obstacle, there's a couple things that are important here. First, the rune is really, really important. Hey, Chaz. Not often do the runes stand out for me. Usually they help inform the card. Right now, it's actually important. So, seeing the other side of things is going to be really rough for you during this full moon period. What I would suggest is the more you pull back, the harder it's going to be for you to see both sides of the story, which is why you end up getting frustrated, which is why you get ready to burn everything down. I also think it's interesting if you note the star sign that's on here, Scorpio. A little bit of Scorpio tendency in there, a little bit of during this time. Sounds about right. So pulling back is going to be rough. Pulling back is going to be it's going to be part of the challenge for you. Hey, Black or I back money. Pulling back is going to cause you to not see the full picture. So the question is, if you are in a state of pulling back during this full moon, what is it that you can do to either work with that or overcome the fact that you're not seeing both sides of the story that's being put in front of you? One more thing, sorry. Hey, Ash. One more thing you're probably going to run into is it's going to feel like you're beating your head against a brick wall during this time. Um, so I don't think you're going to see the forest through the trees. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be in that state of. Thanks for inviting people, Ash. You're going to be in that state of um, beating your head against a wall because you're not seeing that 360. It feels like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again because you're not getting the full picture. Well, part of that's your fault because you're pulling back. So let's talk about what you can do. Um, for those of you that are on YouTube, thanks for being here. If this is helpful and it's resonating with you, hit that like button so I know that it's going to get shared with a whole bunch of other Sages. Do share it out. Do subscribe if you haven't already so we can keep track of each other. And if you're on Periscope, I hope you're following me. If you're not following me, do follow me so we can keep track of each other. And do share out with your friends. All right, so what are you going to do? This is the Emperor. We got to meet that hermit head on, and we're going to do it by leading ourselves through. So Sag, here's the thing. Oh, and this is kind of interesting because it's not what I expected. Yes, walk through that fire. There is I don't know how yet. I haven't figured it out how yet. But sexuality is involved here. How you use your sexuality to connect to other people during this full moon period is important. It's all in the hip. That's what he said. Yeah, what's interesting to me is that so what I'm seeing here, yeah, it's all in the hip. Hey Jeremy. What's interesting to me is that I've got two like female bodies. There's no heads, they're just bodies. And they're like breast, waist, and hip. And they're surrounding the emperor. But what they're doing is being like support. So it's kind of like that old concept, no, not threesome. It's like this old concept that I'm going to get to what this means in a second. That women were meant to give themselves sexually to the men in their lives in order to make sure that that man was prepared to go off and do what he had to do next. You like sleep with him before he goes to war, so he feels like his ego is boosted. So we're talking about an ego boost here. This imagery is leading me to the ego boost. So remember, right? Remember our problem, Sag, is that you're pulling yourself back and not seeing the full picture. How you're going to get beyond that is that ego boost, that sexual ego boost. If you can connect sexually or in a way that is, no, it's sexually. If you can connect sexually with your partner with the people that are around you, it doesn't mean you actually have to have sex. It just means that there is a sexual energy there. Hams Ariscato, that's going to start to widen your purview. It's going to widen your narrow mindedness about beating your head against a wall and feeling like you're not getting the full picture. It's going to allow you to open up, because Sag, having that sexual connection makes you listen to everything else. It makes you go, okay, what do I need to know in order to get what I want? Hey, Aussie. So it opens up the door. It allows you to hear the full picture in a way that you may not have cared about before. Because now suddenly you care in order to get what you want. Okay, that was weird. No, not sex to get you what you want. Sexuality gives you the drive to know, if I want to get sex, I have to listen more. I have to listen more effectively. I have to listen better in order to know that the other person I'm with feels like I understand, know them, so that they trust me. Sexuality. So that they trust me, so that I can eventually get sex. But it's not the end game that's important. It's realizing, oh shit, I wasn't listening and now I am. Now I hear the full picture. Now I can get beyond beating my head against a wall. All right. How can you be more mindful during this time? This is Isis. Right? I think it's a kind of a fascinating way for Sag to work. And Sag isn't a non-sexual being. Sag is a very sexual being. So I think it is not unusual. The volume changed. Let's see if this helps. Can you hear me now? I wonder if my earbuds just like went out for a minute. Is it still low? Can you hear me better? Yes, this is a Verizon commercial. Excuse me, not in my end. All right, let's see if these come back on. Okay, how does it sound now? Hi, I'm Tammy. Great, thanks, Reflections. Thanks, Tammy. What about on YouTube? Can you guys hear me better? Sounds the same no matter what I did. Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep going and finish this up. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Sound is better. All right. So, Isis, how can you be more mindful? Mindfulness during this full moon is about the awareness of and the attention to others. So, just like I was saying, letting your sexuality drive, the need for sex drive the way you interact with other people, because it's going to open up your communication. This is the same thing. This is related to the same thing. So your ability to care about and listen to other people in order to assess and acknowledge and respond to their needs is what you can be more mindful about during this full moon. Hey, Tinkerballs. So I would encourage you to reflect on your actions, why you're doing them, and what the result is of those actions. The full moon's on Wednesday, so you can repeat this experience in the future. So it's not just like a one and done. It's something you can actually learn about how you should or can interact with people when you're in that state of realizing, oh wait, I'm really not listening as much as I should have, and I've been beating my head against a wall. So 9, 13, and 24. Underpinning all of this, not surprisingly, relationships. If I do the quintessence of all of these numbers, it's relationships. It's 6. So it's not surprising to me that we're talking about utilizing your sexuality in a way that's going to get you more information and help you better understand the people in your life and what's going on around you during this full moon phase, and then being more mindful about the same kind of thing. So, Sag, I hope this is helpful. If it is, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit that thumbs up button so I know that this is useful for you. And I'd love to have you come back and tell me more during this full moon week. The full moon is on Wednesday, so you can just give me some comments about what's going on as we're leading into the full moon. What happened when it got here on Wednesday, and how does it seem to shift and change as the moon starts to wane? I'd love to hear more from you. I hope this is helpful. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you later.